my God, what's up? Hey, I got this donation from the great Bjørn-Rune Nilsen. And instead of a track by track this time, he wanted me to rank the Queen albums. And I'm missing like 3 of them. But I put little papers in here, wedged in between the albums to, you know what I'm trying to say. And if you don't, then hey, I understand. All right, at the very bottom, and this is one I own. I think I found this at a bargain bin somewhere, and he wanted me to include this and Made in Heaven, but he didn't say nothing about the Paul Rodgers one or the live albums or compilations or so. So I'm just doing strictly Queen with Freddie Mercury. And at the very bottom, look, a little piece of paper fell, which is the next album. Yeah, y'all thought it was going to be Hot Space, right? No, Flash Gordon. It's not good. There's a lot of talking in between. I mean, it's not good for me. I got to stress. I got to say this, because there's always, not always, but most of the time, there's comments of people that, well, I like this, I like that. I understand. And a lot of times it's respectful. But that's the thing, man. Anybody out there says, well, I like this more and that more, your opinion is right to you. Everybody's opinion is right to themselves. I don't even know why I have to keep saying this. I just might as well stop. Let the people whistle pickles. But this is at the bottom. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. Flash, Master of the Universe. Next, I got the piece of paper right here. And it's Hot Space. Yes. Hot Space. And if you saw recently, I did a track by track of Hot Space where it kind of grew on me some. I didn't think it was so bad. It's just like what they say about Kiss and The Elder. It's a good album, but not a good Kiss album. I'd say the same thing about Queen. I think Hot Space, though I used to despise it before, now it's kind of like, all right, well, it's them trying to do Off the Wall by Michael Jackson. Not as good, but, you know, I grown to like some of it more. And I've always liked Put Out the Fire and Under Pressure. So, but yeah, it's all the way down there. All right, next. Some of you might not agree with this, but, you know, hey, what can you do? The Miracle. I bought this because I saw the video for I Want It All, and I was like, oh, that song rules. I also like the song Was It All Worth It, which is the song that Freddie intended to be the last song he ever did, but he outlived more than he did, and I guess Show Must Go On, or maybe Mother Love, you know, is the final thing. But what else is on here? I like The Miracle. I like that song. And that's it. Chinese Torture is okay, the instrumental, but I really think this is a weak album with some 2 or 3 strong tracks. All right, the next one is another piece of paper, The Works. And Radio Gaga I used to hate with a passion. Now it's like, okay, especially that Live Aid version, the live version. Tear It Up is a great tune, and I Want to Break Free gets stuck in my mind, though that's another one I didn't like as a kid. And Hammer to Fall, that's a great, great tune. So The Works is up there. A little more up there. All right, next, and I want to thank my friend Joseph Staub, because I did a track by track. I believe it was Bjørn-Rune Nilsen that wanted me to put Made in Heaven against Somewhere in Time, was it? Or I can't remember. Fear of the Dark? No. X Factor, that's what it was. And I mentioned I didn't have this in the great Joseph Staub, who hooked me up with so many killer Nazareth albums, sent me this. And this is another one I didn't like much when it first came out, but I think I only heard it once. And then when I did this track by track, man, this is a damn fine album, not bad, which means every album coming up, some better than others, I dig them, all right? So now we're getting into the realms of albums I dig. And a shout out to Pat Posey. Check out his channel. Big Queen fan. All right, the next one is the first one I'm going to hold up from the glorious 70s. You know, I think this is the weakest album that they released in the 70s. And that would be Queen Jazz. Though it has probably the most metal song, or one of the most metal songs they ever did, which is Dead on Time. I love Don't Stop Me Now, and Let's see what else is on here. Man, I don't like none of these. Fat Bottom Girls is okay. Jealousy. Bicycle. Let me entertain you. Ba-dum. Let me entertain you. Alright, next. Probably their biggest American hit. I don't know. Great songs and some real clunkers on The Game. Wait a second. I think I'm missing... Wait. No, yeah. You know what? I'm missing a paper here. Wait, let me make sure. Oh, here it is. And this paper is after this. So, The Game. Dragon Attack, one of my favorite Queen songs. I love Play the Game. I love the hits. Another one, Bites the Dust, and Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Need Your Love and Tonight is a great little rockin' ditty, but man, side 2 really suffers. Rocket, that's terrible. Don't Try Suicide. No. Go ahead, try it. Horrible song. Sail Away Sweet Sister's a good tune. I like it. Coming Soon. Save Me I like. So there you go. Alright, next is another piece of paper. It's a Kind of Magic. I think this one's a much stronger album. Not the strongest of the latest one, as you know. There's one I haven't talked about yet, but One Vision, 1 Year to Love, beautiful song. Who Wants to Live Forever is probably one of the greatest ballads they ever did, and I love the way Brian and Freddie sing that one. Give Me the Prize, I dig. Princes of the Universe, and Forever. There you go. All right. Next, another 70s one. This will be my second least favorite of the 70s, and I'll be honest with you. I really didn't like this album back then, except for a few tunes, but man, I've grown to love this album. Day at the Races. Man, a super underrated tune from here is Long Away, that Brian May song. What a beautiful tune. White Man, Tie Your Mother Down, Someone to Love. Good stuff. Alright, next. Oh, this ain't 70s. This is the last of the later stuff, which is their last one when Freddie was alive, Innuendo. I think this is a fantastic album. Really good. A couple weird ones on here, but man, that title track, I love I'm Going Slightly Mad, kind of crazy tune. Headlong. What else on here? Man, these texts are small. Delilah, Hitman, heavy tune. Baiju, great little guitar thing from Brian. And of course, The Show Must Goes On. This is a great way to end their career. I mean, there are a couple tunes I can do without, but for the most part, I think it's a pretty strong album. Alright, this one, at one time was my favorite. There's a lot of these were at one time my favorite, but at the moment, Night at the Opera, man, the Prophet song, Death on Two Legs. Wow, what a tune. You're My Best Friend, beautiful. 39. God, what a gorgeous song, Brian May. Love of My Life, even though I do prefer the live version where the crowd's singing, but still, this is still beautiful. Yeah, and of course, Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah, that one I gotta say, I love that song. I even own the 45, and the 45, when I bought it, had the Queen 2 album cover on the little 45 jacket. I always thought, or was it Killer Queen? Yeah, it was Killer Queen. Nix what I said. But this is an awesome album, and it was my favorite for a while. But it was my favorite before I took that deep dive into Queen. Then I liked other albums more. Like Sheer Heart Attack. You know, Flick of the Wrist is such a badass tune. Terminate Funster, Brighton Rock, Killer Queen, which I owned as a kid. Stone Cold Crazy, Proto Thrash. Don't You Miss Fire. Nice little short tune. Now I'm Here. My God, this is a great house album. Man, these next albums are damn good to beat this one. But I love this album. I think this is a great album. In the Lapse of God, Lily of the Valley. Man, I don't see any song I dislike on here, to tell you the truth. But that goes for all the other ones as well. Even though one of them has 2 songs that are beyond burnt out, and I think you know, but it's not off this one. This to me would be like the heaviest Queen album. And what's this at number 3, right? Yeah, number 3. Man, I hope I'm not missing any. I don't think I am. Man, Great King Rat, Liar, Keep Yourself Alive, Doing All Right, beautiful tune. Modern Day Rock and Roll, another kind of proto-thrashy tune. Night Comes Down, Seven Seas of Rye, which is better off of something coming up. I love it. Keep Yourself Alive. Did I say that one? I love this song. My Fairy King is kind of hokey, but I dig it. Great album. And I would say this is the heaviest Queen album. All right, number 2. And this was always my favorite, but it's number 2 now. And that was, you know, after I heard this, it eclipsed Night at the Opera. But it didn't eclipse my favorite. My favorite has been my favorite for a long time now. You probably know which one it is if you're a Queen fan, and I'm holding this up as number 2. I love this album. There is not a bad song on here, though. We Are the Champions, We Will Rock You. Okay, I understand. But that bluesy Sleeping on the Sidewalk, It's Late, Sheer Heart Attack. Man, you can't make out this shit at all. I can't make out this text at all. I need new glasses. Alright, let's see here. God, this ain't no better. My Melancholy Blues. God, Who Needs You? Every song on here I love. I love every song. Oh, Spread Your Wings. My God, this whole album. The reason why it was my favorite for such a long time. Oh, Get Down, Make Love. Great song. All Dead, All Dead. And I can't make out the rest, man. I know whatever song I didn't mention off this album, I love. Number 1, numero uno, man. And it's been this way for, I don't know, like fucking 10 years or more now. Queen 2. Yeah, it's been like 20 years. Because when I bought this on compact disc, it just was like, oh my God, this is the best Queen album. This is a masterpiece, man. And again, not one bad song. You hear me, Pat? You hear me, Pat Posey? I like Funny How Love Is. That's why you call me Dr. Fruit. But, oh my God, my favorite on here is March of the Black Queen. But, man, Or Great Battle, another like man, Queen had like proto-thrash songs. Before Symptom of the Universe from Black Sabbath, which is, you know, heralded as the proto-thrash tune. But, man, Or Great Battle, Stone Cold Crazy, and Modern Day Rock and Roll, they can all be in that same category. Possession, Father of Son, White Queen, amazing. The Loser in the End, Someday, One Day. The Fairy Fellow, Masterstroke, that's another goofy one I love, though. And Seven Seas of Rhyme, the full version, which I like more than that little whatever. But that is my favorite Queen album, Queen 2. So there you go, everybody. If you're a Queen fan, and I would like to hear from Pat Posey and Yo Alamo, which is another great Queen fan that did an awesome episode with me on VIERA Vault. Yo Alamo is an amazing dude and a Queen fanatic, and man, you should hear that VIERA Vault episode because Yo Alamo is extremely entertaining. When he doesn't like something, he's funny. Funnier than me. And you know that's hard to do. But anyway, thank you so much, Bjørn-Rune Nilsen. There's my Queen discography, not including, you know, Paul Rodgers' album and, you know, live albums and what have you. And again, thank you again, Joseph Staub, for that CD. And you, Bjorn, and everybody out there, man. Thank you for still watching. And if you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And please subscribe to my channel if you have not. Does it look a little slanted? Because my little tripod there looks a little, which is cool. Oh, I'm falling. And please subscribe to my channel if you have not. And stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath. And smack 'em a gob.